Ya, mi buen amigo, esta pelea no debemos estar contigo, la ganaremos de corazón, esta rechada que te quiere ver campeón. No me importa lo que digan los demás, yo te sigo a todas partes, cada vez que quiero.
Yeah.
But that mentality of like, again, we don't know how Ilia is going to come back. Everybody's mental state is different. Ilia has that prime mental state where you can go in there and talk yourself into, this is the wrong statement, but it's true. Fake it till you make it. You have.
What's being reported is that he had 2 broken orbital bones and a broken nose. So both his eyes were broken and his nose was broken. And Justin.
100%.
Shout out to Ilia for who he is. Because without Ilia, that moment I don't think Justin gets there in that moment.
Ilia, no te vuelvas loco cuando cruces, ¿vale? Eres mucho mejor que él.
Topuria landing a remarkable 72% of his significant strikes.
Oh, right hand!
Only a few days after his demanding fight with Justin Gaethje, fresh reports concerning Ilia Topuria's recovery have caught the attention of the MMA community. His comeback was initially expected to require a lengthy period, but information coming from his camp now indicates that his recovery could be progressing sooner than many anticipated. The latest developments have quickly fueled speculation among fans and analysts. Questions are already being raised about how rapidly Topuria is recovering and whether another matchup could soon become part of the discussion. If his rehabilitation continues at its current pace, his return could have a major impact on the lightweight division and potentially reshape the landscape once again.
Ilia, no te vuelvas loco cuando cruces, ¿vale? Eres mucho mejor que él.
Topuria landing a remarkable 72% of his significant strikes.
Oh, right hand, he hurt him!
Follow the doctor, he can see in the right eye.
Time! Doctor, make your assessment, please.
All right, Mark Goddard has now called time, giving the ringside physician a chance to make his decision.
This allows Topuria more time.
The doctor is saying no.
Where's this doctor from?
The doctor's going to call the fight.
Is this doctor from DC?
He just said something to his brother.
Wow, it's almost like he's trying to not finish.
They're not going to let him answer the next round.
Track the referee. They're going to stop it. Take 10.
No. We finished the fight.
That's the end of the fight, Mr. President.
And that'll do it. That's it.
Unbelievable! And new tired on his stool.
Oh, that was the greatest fight,
So good, Anna. Love you.
Woo! Beyond anything that anybody's ever seen in sports.
The 4th round became increasingly frantic, with both fighters continuing to trade powerful strikes, while Ilia seemed to be struggling with severely impaired vision in one eye. Seeing the situation, referee Mark Goddard halted the action and allowed the ringside doctor to examine Ilia and determine whether he could safely continue. After the medical assessment, officials ultimately decided to end the bout, leaving the crowd shocked and immediately raising questions about the circumstances surrounding the surprising stoppage.
What I did in the sport.
So what do you think it will take Ilia to get back to fighting again after such a loss?
Ilia's he's gonna be in a good position. He has faith. He has a strong team. And that's a lot of what it takes. He has a work ethic. I think he's honest with himself. Ilia and I, we share the same agent, and we were talking about him earlier today. And what I heard was that he's humble, that he is honest. He realized that he just didn't perform well. And I think that's the number one step of getting back into the ring in a healthy way. It's the guys that make excuses. That's when it's hard to come back and win that rematch. Guys who just say, you know what, I could have did better. I could have done more. Honesty with yourself is the key to MMA. Knowing exactly who you are, what you've done, what you haven't done. You can't lie once you get in that cage. What's real will come to the...
Ilia Topuria's loss has sparked intense discussion throughout the MMA world, with many wondering if this defeat could have a lasting impact on his future. John Jones, though, feels Ilia possesses all the qualities necessary to come back even better, provided he accepts what happened, studies where things went wrong, and refuses to hide behind excuses. Justin Gaethje and his coach have also shared their thoughts following the bout, bringing even more perspectives into the growing conversation.
Types of things where people say things to you. Ilia has that mentality. We don't know if he'll come back, but when I look at Justin's career and the amount of guys, think about how special Eddie is. Think how special Dustin Poirier is. To be able to overcome the damage. Eddie had this knot on his face.
Yeah.
And he was able to overcome and come back and continue to win. He got stopped with low kicks with against Dustin, but Dustin couldn't walk for a while from the low kicks. And there's a
Dustin
different
showed
breed
me
of guys.
his leg. We were there that night at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
His leg was torn. He tore his
the bruising.
Yeah,
he was
bad.
talking to Justin for a while after that, for like 6 months.
Yeah,
going through
bad. It was bad. Yeah.
But that mentality of like, again, we don't know how Ilia is going to come back. Everybody's mental state is different. Ilia has that prime mental state where you can go in there and talk yourself into, this is the wrong statement, but it's true. Fake it till you make it. You have to have that mindset as a fighter. Like, I'm going to go out there and do those types of things. But the guys who haven't overcome, the James Vicks, there is such a list of guys that you have changed their careers, and that is a tough thing to overcome. And
Trevor Whitman points out that for many fighters, the toughest battle can begin once the fight itself is over. Each athlete reacts differently after suffering significant punishment, making it impossible to predict how Ilia will respond until he goes through the recovery process personally. Some competitors come back with renewed motivation, while others find it difficult to reach the level they once had. According to Whitman, Ilia's challenge will not be limited to healing his body. He will also need to restore his confidence and cope with the mental and emotional consequences of such a difficult defeat.
Recuperaciones son diferentes, todos los cuerpos reaccionan diferente, pero físicamente, por lo que yo ya he visto ya del día al día, ya parece otra persona completamente. Obviamente que todavía se sienten las molestias y cosas así, pero tal parece que no estaba en ninguna pelea. De verdad, se le ha ido toda la hinchazón de la cara, se le ha bajado todo tipo de hematoma que tenía. Obviamente tiene molestias todavía y sin sensibilidad alrededor del rostro de la cara, pero a la vista de un ojo se ve una persona ya muy recuperada y no ha pasado ni una semana casi, una semana y 2 días.
Es decir, eso naturalmente y de forma normal, esos huesos van a soldar. Gracias a Dios no hace falta cirugía. Esos huesos supuestamente se van a ir pegando poco a poco.
Sí. Lo que el doctor nos comunicó fue que entre 6 a 8 semanas eso debe soldar de la forma adecuada. Sobre todo porque no hubo un displacement fracture, no hubo desplazamiento orbital de hueso, entonces eso va a sanar solo entre 6 y 8 semanas. 6 a 8 semanas para que eso sane y suelde, ya después de ahí a que pueda empezar a luchar, a que pueda empezar a hacer, va a tomar un tiempecito para que eso de verdad se solidifique ahí. Y yo creo que eso por lo menos estamos hablando de fácil 2 a 3 meses. ¿Quién sabe? Vamos a ver. O por lo menos empezar lo que es las conversaciones para una revancha a principios de años.
Ilia Topuria's chances of returning soon have reportedly received a positive boost, as his team says his recovery is moving ahead of schedule. The swelling and visible bruising have already gone down considerably. Doctors have reportedly concluded that an operation is not required because the orbital fractures remain properly aligned. Based on the current assessment, the injuries could heal on their own in approximately 6 to 8 weeks, although Ilia may need more time before he is ready to resume training. If his recovery continues without complications, discussions surrounding a high-profile rematch could potentially start early next year.
I was like, dude, when I woke up and I I was so sad. I was like, dude,
how perfect.
My brother,
I know, right?
My fighter,
was so perfect.
Best friend just died. I was so scared
song.
when he put that rose down.
and before we really get on that talk, like, I don't want it to be, because right now the world loves to pile on someone when the hero falls. The world loves to do that. But here's the thing, it's a lesson learned. I think it's going to be a lesson learned for Ilia. But
100%.
Shout out to Ilia for who he is. Because without Ilia, that moment I don't think Justin gets there in that moment. To go up against the odds that he was going up against, dealing with the stuff that he was.
Ahead of the bout, Ilia Topuria's unusual funeral-themed stunt became a major talking point throughout the MMA community, with many interpreting it as a powerful display of confidence before stepping into the cage. However, following the unexpected defeat, Kamaru Usman presented a different perspective on what the stunt might have represented.
The right thing and stop the fight. I didn't hear what he said until I understood the language where he was like, he said it a certain way. And the third time I heard it, I was like,
we're going to finish the fight.
We're going to finish the fight. And he was talking to the ref. He wasn't talking to Ilia. So I took it as Ilia was like, dude, I can't go on. And when you hear that from your athlete, you have to make that right choice. I'm like, do we take more damage or do we go on? So look at me.
I'm nothing that.
Okay, it's over. It's over. Stop it. Yeah. I'm always there to protect my athletes. And it's very nice to be able to work with people that have the same goals as me. My goals is I'm never going to be a champion. I'm a championship coach, but I'm not a champion. And being able to work with people that want to chase things like that, I get so much joy out of it. Seeing the concern in his brother's eye and the way his brother was pulling the hood off, like, bro, don't be embarrassed. You fought your ass off. Like, that is special. That is like, everybody's making fun of like the way he was putting a hood over his head. When you're down, you're down. And, you know, again, to be at the level that he is at took the most courage to get to that point. And what he's done to the guys prior to us. His brother was telling him, pull that off, dude. Like, don't be down. We lost. And when you lose a round, doesn't mean you lose a fight. When you win, when you lose a fight, doesn't mean you lose your.
Usman offered another way of looking at the situation, saying fans should avoid being overly critical of Ilia because of what happened before the fight. In his view, difficult losses can play an important role in a champion's development. He also believes Ilia's confidence, the pressure surrounding him, and his willingness to put himself in the spotlight ultimately made Gaethje's victory even more meaningful.